So yeah, welcome everybody to part 7 of my beginner Conjurer leveling. We're gonna finish Act 4 and like 3 today. And I mean, I guess we already finished Act 3 kinda. But yeah, we're gonna do Act 4 today in Elite, as well as some side quests like Hidden Path, for example, right? Since the last one was kind of a long one, today it's gonna be a little bit shorter. And I mean, yeah, we're gonna do some side quests first, maybe like... We can start off with those side quests here, right? Herald's Formula. This is a side quest we didn't do in normal yet so far. And you guys might have noticed a rowing boat over here that you can take to get to like a new area, but there was like nothing there except for like a locked door, right? And if you have this Herald's Formula quest, you can actually go inside there as well. And there's gonna be another dungeon in there. And yeah, I mean, you can do a full clear of this dungeon if you haven't been here yet at all. You should probably just check out everything, right? But yeah, if you already know this place like I do, then you can just rush through it. To be honest, like there's nothing here of interest except for the boss and some lore note, I guess. If you wanna like know about the origin of Slith, then you should read the lore notes here in this area. Also try to not die to ground damage. There's like lots of ground damage here. Like all the screen stuff is ground damage, and you cannot resist against that. Shield bash for televisor. Yeah, soap and duty. Wait, what? Didn't you already like sub like 3 years ago? Did you? But that's weird, right? Like, didn't you sub like 2 days ago? Or even 4 or 5 days ago? I mean, if I remember wrong, then thanks for the sub. How do I get those components or runes for Blitz or Shadow Strike? Yeah, from Conclave 3, as Arcane said. Like, after killing Krieg in Act 1, you can port over to... I mean, you can't start Act 7, right? You can't start the Forgotten Gods Act. And once you side with one of the factions, right? After you do the first quest, you're like allowed to side with one of the factions. And the faction that you side with, you're gonna get access to their... well, rune augments for the medal, right? And you should check out the vendor first, like the faction vendors first, the different vendors first, right? And then like decide based on like which abilities they have, which one you want to have. I started with Vosmeer, and Vosmeer gave me Vanish and another one, which I don't really remember. But yeah, Vanish is pretty good for like zooming around in a fast way. If you wanna like play more safe, you could for example choose a teleport skill instead, right? Also, this one is a little bit more cast. What the hell? Gotta kite these guys a little bit. Too many mad yetis here. Yeah, if you wanna be a zoomer, then you choose Shadow Strike, right? So the Vanish. And then you can also find or get like higher tiers of movement augments later from the from doing faction quests with the Eldritch God factions, like Act 7 factions, right? And also you're gonna find some blueprints either throughout the world or like some are, I believe, Shadow Realm exclusive, right? So you can only find those in the Shadow Realm. Alright. So we got the formula, right?
What? No.
I mean, you should. It doesn't really matter if you give him the formula or not. Just be a good guy and give him the formula.
See anything you like?
I mean, it does matter, like, in a small way, because if you...
Put it to good use.
it only matters for Act 6, though, right? Like, you get... There are, like, 2 different pets that you can get. You get a free blueprint if you also give it to him. That's true. Yeah. And also it will matter later, because you get, like, a free pet, right? I mean, not like a... It doesn't deal any damage, it's like a cosmetic pet. And you get like one of them if you gave him the formula back, and you get another one if you kept it for yourself, right? Also, I wanted to craft Torment, I believe, right, on the last stream. Torment, but I mean, I don't have a Shattered Soul, do I? No, it didn't drop this time either. Corruption, Squall, Gale. Corruption, Squall, Gale. Do I even have those 3? I don't, right? I mean, honestly, like, you should be able to have these, right? These tier 1 Let me check if you can get them from Hyriam, the one guy from Act 6 that I showed you that you can farm for these blueprints. Like, if all of them are available from that guy, I'm just gonna craft those here, right? So what do we need? Corruption, Squall, and Gale, right? And also Black Tallow, right? Yeah. So Corruption is actually a random one. Or not. No. No, you see it over here, right? That's where you see it. Okay, yeah, this thing can be sold by like so many shops, and Hiram is one of them, and the Sea Cap District, so you can farm those, right? Really easily. Okay, so we can make a Corruption. That's like, shouldn't be a big deal for you guys to get this blueprint here, right? Next up we have Squall, right? Squall, let's check it out. Oh yeah, same thing for Squall, right? So you just craft this as well. And then the last thing was Gale, right? So probably the same thing for Gale. I mean, it should be the same for all of these tier 1 relics, to be honest. You can just target farm them over at Hiram. Like just when they farm them here at Hiram, yeah. Yeah, Gale the same thing. And now for Torment we need... well, a Kyrian Shattered Soul and a Black Tallow, right? So Black Tallow... I should write it here actually, Black Tallow. From comments chosen Order for Death's Vigil, right? Didn't I already buy it? Let me check.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
Well, I didn't, okay.
Safe with me. Promise.
Do we need to be honored with these guys? Hopefully not. We'll see. They should have a shop here now as well. Like after you kill Karos, they should have like a shop here or something. So yeah, there we go. Black Tallow, we're allowed to craft this one now as well. Yeah, we just need like the seals for that, but we should have enough seals around.
I do the best I can with what I've got.
So Black Tallow, 3 seals, 3 rift stones. Rift stone. Yeah, I mean, should have those round.
Don't get killed.
And now we just have to farm Ligurian, right, and hope that he drops his soul. His shattered soul. So let's do one Ligurian run here. So I kinda need like a better medal, right? Like this medal is still so old, it's like from level, I don't know, level 10 or something, right? Oh, we got a totem here. Nice. Let's check it out. It's like a boomer medal, yeah, basically. Alright. Seems good. And yeah, this is where like Shadow Strike and turning around the camera comes very handy, like you can just zoom around with those, right? Hey, we got one. Nice. So we got these blue boots, which are, well,
Come see what's left of my wares.
not that good for my build nowadays. And now we can craft a Torment medal, right? I mean relic. There we go. This one should be okay, I guess. It's not like super great, but it's okay. What about the sacrifice one? Wasn't sacrifice good as well? But I don't have the... I don't have it yet, right? I don't have the blueprint yet. I'm gonna use Torment for now. Instead of Ivory Talisman and this mana fusion thing, right? I'm gonna see how energy is now. Maybe I need to like an ectoplasm now. That might be a problem with energy now.
Keep an eye out.
We are missing one more quest here actually. The Lost Cannons. And Lost Cannons does give us, well, another shrine if you don't have 55 devotion points yet. You can go over here to get the shrine as well, here. But yeah, this area is a little bit annoying, right? Because of all the Aether Ground. You cannot resist against this. This is always like fixed percent HP damage. But yeah, also here, a ability like a Shadow Strike or like a Vanish is really good, right? To skip the Aether Ground damage. But yeah, also in this area you have another roguelike dungeon that I actually didn't do on normal, right? There is the pod library here as well. Yeah, these areas are a little bit annoying sometimes. So we get another level. I mean, we wanna max out vulnerability, right? I'm gonna put 3 points of Curse of Frailty as well. Because like the more points you put there, the greater the AoE and the duration is gonna become, right? Yeah, the longer the duration is and the greater is the AoE. It also does slow enemies, which is not bad either actually. Right, it's like yeah, it's like a... oh, movement speed slow only, but... yeah, like attack speed slow or a casting speed slow would be like way better. So yeah, most of the time I'm just like putting points there for, well, increased range and duration, right? Unless you play like a physical bleeding build, then you want it for the resistance reduction as well. That is crossing Theme and Malula from Dark Souls 2. Most calming ones. Yeah. True. Also, we have another totem here. Let's do the totem as well. Set up our citadel here, and that's gonna be monk class. Oh, it's okay, still kinda. Oh wait, I went there and forgot the lost cannons? What the hell? Well. Nice. There we go. Now we can continue with Act 4. And yeah, I mean, if you don't like this area, right, you can do the same skip that I showed you in normal already. You can just skip through all of this Astakon road areas, right? Grim Dawn soundtrack, what face? You don't like the music? I think it's not too bad actually. Nope, you don't like it? Hmm. And it depends, like some of it is like okay, some of it is like a little bit annoying, and some is like really good though. I guess this track is, well, okay. I mean, it fits the scenery, I guess. It's not really like awesome. It's like okay. Crucible music. You like it actually? I don't know. Crucible music is like so annoying in my opinion. I don't like it. It's like one of the most annoying tracks. Yeah, I don't like them. I mean, they're like okay. Well, yeah, that's maybe why I feel like it's really annoying. This plays all the time, right? It's like all the time the same thing. Also, we have I mean, yeah, we skipped this shrine in normal, right? And we are gonna talk about this shrine more later, because it is attached to this Rowari legacy quest. But we can't cleanse it yet. We still need to find like another. Right, like we need to find the spirit, right? When you kill the boss of the game, rewards you with 3 Palosty in-game non-stop music. Also Septic Prime, and welcome, welcome. Already feeling pretty burned out from PoE. Hardcore character died in first map of end game of Delirium. I mean, yeah, if you already feel burned out of it, play Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn is more chill, and I don't know, I feel like Grim Dawn, at least for hardcore, is like better than PoE. At least from my experience, but then again I don't really have too much PoE experience, to be honest. Like I'm kind of a noob when it comes to PoE, to be honest. Create super chill. I mean, yeah, except for like some specific bosses. Grim Dawn hardcore feels more fair and more manageable than PoE hardcore. And it's also more chill, obviously, right? See, I'm not gonna go back for the Amber, but if you need a shrine and you don't have all the devotion points yet, right? You should go back and craft an Amber here and cleanse the shrine.
Well met.
Also, the Talking Walnut, thanks for the follow and welcome, welcome. One-shots everywhere. I mean, there are some one-shots in this game as well if you don't, if you're not careful. But I feel like the one-shots that do exist in this game are usually more telegraphed. And like, since animations in general are a little bit slower in this game, because like the game itself is just slower than PoE, right? You have like more time to react to like potential one-shot abilities, right? Also Septic Prime, thanks for the follow and welcome to the stream. So I'm gonna drop a portal here and then come back here for the Sacred Ashes quest again. I mean, yeah, I'm playing Fevered Rage right now, which does increase the movement speed and casting speed and everything of enemies. But even with that, it's like still way slower than PoE, I feel like. Or at least like way more manageable. Sacred Asses. Oh yeah, we're gonna go for that booty. For those sacred booties. And this time we don't have to kill Malkadar, right? I mean, just like last time, I mean, this guy was sided with Death's Vigil all along. Ever since the start. And I would recommend you to like not reset the faction unless you absolutely don't want to play more than one character in Grim Dawn. Which hopefully you would like to. So there are like so many nice and fun builds that you can do. Anyways, let's go back to the sport here. And so many meme builds to do, yeah, like holy shit, there's so many meme builds to do. That actually work, kinda. I mean, they're at least they work for like all main campaign stuff and like most of the like easier endgame stuff, right? They won't like work for like super high Crucible or I mean maybe they even work for Crucible, to be honest. Like they won't be as fast, but they still work for Crucible. They might not work for like high SR though. But yeah, they're still fun, and I don't know, I enjoy those kind of builds a lot. Like good meme builds at least, I enjoy good meme builds. Like trash meme builds that just have no damage whatsoever are like, well, I don't know. Those are kind of boring, to be honest. Meta meme builds. And I would say that like most of the builds I do play are non-meta, non-meme builds, to be honest. Like, they're just not meta. Like, a little bit worse than the meta builds. But not even, like, super meme, to be honest. Why was there an undead one? I mean, okay, there are some undeads here. Okay, I mean, it does make sense, I guess. So yeah, let's do the small skip here. So you move over here and this corner, and then you just click here. Then you don't have to like walk around. Yeah, I showed you on normal this area over here, right? You can go over here and clear these guys as well if you would like to. I'm not gonna do it because, well, I already showed you, right? To be honest, if you don't need a shrine, then that area is like not mandatory to do. Might as well just skip it. Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to port out here, you just port back to Fort Icon if you already did the... Like, if you already cleared the portal before going to the tomb, right? And now we're gonna kill Lucius, right?
Good. Looks right precisely. How would you make Asakarn worth playing through? They need to like add at least like a side dungeon there or something, right? I don't know. I mean, they could have an opportunity now, but I mean, they're gonna add like a new side quest line, I guess, in the next patch, right? And just skip it. Like, if it had some more quests, right? Some more side quests in there, like maybe 1 or 2 additional side quests.
Because right now it has 0, right? It has 0 side quests. Like the only thing that has a side quest attached to it is the Tomb of Korvac, right? But that one is like in the valley already. It's like basically past Asakan Road already. And then you have the Hidden Path one there as well, right? Hidden Path is like the only thing inside the Asakan Mountains. And everything else is just useless, kinda, right? It has Mogdrogan. I mean, Mogdrogan is also the valley, right? The valley is like kinda stacked. But like the road is just nothing, right? It's just a road. I guess it makes sense because it's supposed to be just a road. But still, like... So it has Hidden Path, right? It has Mad Queen. It has the Asakan Road's Way South lore notes, right? So it's like worth reading through once. But like actually playing through it, I don't know. Yeah, like as I said, I think it needs like 1 or 2 more side quest areas, then it will be okay. Like 1 or 2 more side quest areas that are like not close to any of the rift gates, like they're not like maybe between the first, like between this and this rift gate, right, at like in the middle somewhere, so that you actually like have to walk there. That might be good, I don't know. If it stays like this, it's not gonna be like super dramatic. I mean, you can just skip it, right? You can just skip through it anyway. Oh, what the hell is this? We have Corruptus enforcing Lucius here, but interesting. Yeah, dodging the meteors for Fevered Rage is... well... not that easy, but we just face tank and come anyway, right? They added mother and daughter from the lore notes as well. Well, yeah, that is true, and it would be more interesting if those were like actually harder to kill enemies, right? Or if they had like monster frequencies, right? They had like specific items that only drop from them. But honestly, they have like 5 HP and they're like one-shot anyways, right? You don't even see them most of the time because they just die inside of like a pile of trash. So I don't know. Yeah, it would be great if they buffed those enemies, maybe. They could make them elites at least, right? Who? Yeah, see, he doesn't even know who you mean. Have you read the lore notes from the trip south? It's like about a family traveling south, and well, eventually the mother and the daughter turn into ghouls, basically, like the Wendigo guys from Act 5, right? And you're gonna find and fight those as well in the Asakan roads. They became cannibals. Yeah, exactly. You can fight those, like they actually exist as enemies in the game. But I mean, they are just trash mobs, right? They're like named trash mobs. And like because of that, you most of the time don't even know like that you actually fought them, right? Because they just like fall over and die. Okay, after I talk about Planes of Strife on Elite a bit, right? So Planes of Strife on Elite can be really scary because on Elite, starting on Elite, you're gonna be able to face a certain enemy here, and he's called Vosmeer, and he has a fixed spawn point in the Planes of Strife. If you're like not feeling comfortable against that enemy, you should not go to the eastern part of Planes of Strife, right? He spawns like over here in this area here. And there he actually is, right? Vosmeer Night Mage. Now I actually don't know whether or not I can face tank him with like let me check, because he does have an ability that basically nullifies you, so it will like strip me from all of my buffs. And so I need to like check if my pierce resistance, for example, he deals like lots of cold and pierce damage as far as I know. And so yeah, I debuffed myself here to see if I have still like maxed out pierce resistance even after getting nullified, and I do have that. I would lose my like absorption from possession though, right?
So yeah, we're gonna do him anyways here, right? And I'm gonna activate Blood of Dreeg, but then like wait until I have it ready again, so that I can press it immediately after I get debuffed. Because I'm gonna Fever Rage this guy, and that's gonna be a little bit more cause. Probably. So we're gonna drop down Totem here. Let's drop down everything here, right? Yeah, see this? He stripped me of all of my buffs, right? There we go, yeah. And also his attack speed was pretty hilarious here. So yeah, if you're usually fighting him, you should probably spec out of Fever Rage. And also just don't go here if you're not feeling comfortable fighting this guy. Because he can be quite the asshole, right? I'm gonna put a portal here because I want to go here later. Inside the gate, I mean inside the rift. No death. I specifically remember this guy very well because my very first hardcore character ever back in vanilla also died to him on Elite, and yeah, that is you don't wanna die like that, right? Well, also like another Char actually died to him as well. Yeah, I had two of my characters die to him. But yeah, like one's on Elite and one's on Ultimate. So where do we put these points now? We could like put 1 or 2 more here, right? To get more AoE. 1 point here should be good for like 5% instead of 4% HP per tick. Yeah, let's do it like this for now. So from now on, the only way how I get more HP, right, is gonna be through Heart of the Wild and through gear. Because my devotions are already maxed out and my masteries are... Well, Shaman is not maxed out, but there's like no reason for me to go to 50 points here, so I'm gonna leave it at 40. And the advantage of that is gonna be that I have more points available for skills instead. So over here in this Forsaken Wastes, I wanna look out for the Spirit of Mugdogan, right? Monkas, what the hell? Yeah, like at the end of Elite or like start of the Ultimate, I should probably start
thinking more about armor again. And Praetorian set might... Like, Praetorian set is not gonna carry me through Ultimate, right? Like, Praetorian set is really good, and it's gonna be, like, good enough to carry me through at least Act 1 to 4 in Elite. But I will have to use other gear once I'm, like, an Ultimate, or, like, if I decide to do other acts in Elite as well, right? And also probably, like, grab some components that give me armor absorption as well. So I got a spirit, right? I could just either exit here, or I could proceed to the second level. This area actually has 2 levels compared to the first one. I gotta buy the faction reds, right? From the other factions as well. Like from Outcast, right? Vigil. And yeah, this area has, in the middle, it has like a boss, right? Bane Gargoth, who also does not have any monster frequent. Maybe this guy should get one as well, I don't know. Oh, he's over here, right? Yeah, there he is. Well, yeah, I mean, if you zoom, you can even zoom through Elite without lifting gear, to be honest. If you have, like, Praetorian set, for example, you're safe, right? You can just zoom through Elite. And yeah, here in the Necropolis you have this secret smith again that you can go to if you want to like convert your purple mats, right, as I told you guys in normal. And there's also this side area called the Black Sepulchre, right, that you should go to if you still need more devotion shrines. If you don't, then you can skip it. Now I did all the main campaigns and side quests like usual. I did like all the stuff that I would do when I'm speedrunning as well. So like all the main and side quests. But I mean, doing all the main and side quests in Elite doesn't really take more than 3 hours maybe. even without leveling set, right? At least on a vitality caster. It doesn't take longer than that. So here, there's the Black Sepulchre, right? You can go in here if you still need more devotion shrines. I'm not gonna go in there though. I'm just gonna proceed towards the Ligurian, to be honest. Alright, let's go back to Fort Aiken here. And hand in some quests.
Good work, we cannot.
Also, there's another quest here that I haven't done so far. We can do this one as well. This is a quest that you also get when you are like honored with the Black Legion, I guess. I can do this in a second. So do we have a blood brain and a heart? I don't know, maybe, hopefully.
What a curiosity.
So let's stay friends with Anastasia here, right? And also you have the object that you require, nice. Let's get the Fang, yeah, maybe next year. Until then, though, we're gonna use this thread, right, that allows us to... Wait, this sword is kinda good, actually. Maybe I wanna use those, right? This one is really good, actually. For what I'm doing here. For like a vitality caster. I already got like really good pants and decent belt, decent boots for this build. Also, I should look at medals, right? Starboard of Protection, for example, gives me a huge DA. And some Chaos Dress. I mean, it would be okay. Wouldn't be like a bad one to use, but I'm not gonna change it here actually. So this one is a good item, really good item actually. And these are some quest items, right? Some components. A lore note. Alright. So yeah, this Empowered Wrath Blade might actually be worth using here at level 75. If this one was like +2 Shaman as well, it would be so insanely good actually, but... I mean, that's like already good like this, right? So we're gonna go over here to Sarah's Bastion as well. And we are probably gonna get a... I mean, we're not side of it, comments chosen, where am I going? We're gonna go buy the red from these guys as well. So let's do that first before we handle the quest, right? And now we got the ashes, right? And now, I think I didn't do this quest either on normal yet. Let's perform the ritual here. It's gonna be some new quest content for you guys. Soulkeeper Conjuress. Alright, let's just start the ritual here. And I mean, the ritual only basically is her spawning like waves of increasingly more difficult enemies, right? It's not really like yeah, the last wave has like triple elites and also Novaria, right? And Novaria can freeze you, and that's pretty annoying sometimes actually. Also, one thing I forgot to say, like whenever you're fighting or like about to fight a enemy that has a freezing ability, you could always use frozen hearts on your rings to get more freeze resistance. It's actually not a bad item, like not a bad component at all. 59% Fizz. Yeah, that's just Conjurer for you, right? Like I got durable on this as a prefix. And I have Blood of Druid, and I have some Fizz from Devotions. I don't know, man. Conjurer is just pretty crazy. Also, yeah, 2 points. Where do we put them here? We kind of have to prepare for ultimate already, right? So we want like another 25% overcap on everything, because we're gonna lose another 25% to all of our resistances when we go to ultimate. And currently we need some, like a little bit more pierce and more poison, right? So we're gonna just put some points maybe here into Oakskin to get more armor and more pierce and aether resistance, right? And now we're gonna have like 29% pierce overcap, which means we're only gonna have to like worry about getting more poison resistance, right? Also, we got a new quest here as well, search for the clues of Ouroborog's disappearance. And that is another quest that will be over here in the East Marsh area. So, we're gonna do that later. We're gonna do the main quest first, like the last main quest here first.
Took you long, but Count, it appears that...
Took you long enough, he says. Oh my god. Because we can combine this, this Ouroborog quest and the Bone Hunter quest pretty nicely together with the Hidden Path, right? So we are not gonna, well, do it before we like didn't do the Hidden Path, right? Like the first 3 parts of Hidden Path at least. The most useless assassin of all times. Algrim. Yeah. And he BMs me, right? Not like this. I'm actually not quite sure if I'm gonna like go to ultimate directly after Ligurian or not. I'm probably actually gonna do some like difficulty jumping between, like difficulty hopping between elite and ultimate, depending on like how strong I already am, or like, depending on which factions I need to get revered with, right? %69% more serious? Yeah, that might be about right. I mean, I wanna like give people some information when I'm doing this stuff, right? Everyone was wearing masks. Nice. So everybody was sick. Or just afraid. Or smart. Don't wanna get coronas? Ah, it's not too bad. So let's not die here, right? What the hell is this? Like starting in like ultimate at least, totems are gonna become very monkas and very scary. Elite they're still kind of fine, I feel like. At least they're gonna be super scary with Fevered Rage on, right? I'm probably gonna take off Fevered Rage for ultimate. Like using Fevered Rage on elite is probably already like too much for some people. Like for most people, I should rather say. It's like really good on normal. Really good on normal. Like really fast. And elite is still fine in my opinion. But yeah, you have to sometimes know what you're doing. And in ultimate, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't use it unless you're playing retaliation, for example. It's not too bad, you just might die. I mean, you're not gonna die if you don't get hit. I mean, yeah, like you don't. I mean, okay, like people shouldn't get corona now, right? When like all the hospitals are full and like nobody has vaccines against anything, like any medical treatment against anything, including corona, or like against corona, more specifically, right? But yeah, I mean it's good that people wear masks because like, that helps prevent spreading, like the speed of spreading at least. Like if you get corona, and you're like part of the group that is like at risk. I guess if you get like corona in the next couple of weeks, it's gonna be actually really bad for you. Like if you already had it, it's probably not even that bad because then like lots of people were like there to take care of you. But the next couple of weeks, there aren't gonna be that many people for you to like available that can like take care of you, right? But then like once it calms down again, then it's like fine to get it, right? Because then you already have like medicines for that, right? Lunar. I mean, like Lunar New Year. That was like already a thing. Like
Oh, you do now have Valgoth. There we go. Farming that guy. A belt for the A, and you get triple rest. I mean, you can't complain about triple rest, can you? You need the A for Vulgars, because Vulgars doesn't have the A in OA. Oh my god, that's... yeah, Vulgars needs some DA in OA, it feels like. I'm not even sure if that's gonna be like so much better, to be honest. Because honestly, this shield is like so good. It's crazy. And the scepter isn't terrible either. I mean, the scepter could be better, but it's not terrible. I'm gonna use this at least my second weapon slot though, and maybe use it every now and then. Also, if you're fighting Ligurian on Elite, and you're brave enough to still use Fevered Rage, then you should definitely try to not face tank her, right? Or like not be in melee range because of her like double slaps, right? And also because of the poison shotgun. I mean, poison rest should be good as an occultist, but her, he, him, whatever, it, I don't know. These sigils might be interesting, but they actually convert wood to fire, right? So they're actually garbage. We got a Inferno Brimstone. Like, if you're playing a demo or Oathkeeper, this one was crazy good. It's like an insane find for demos or Oathkeepers. So yeah, remember to just put the totem like in front of her or it, and not like inside it. Otherwise, it's like not gonna hear you, right? But you can like spam sigils and all the other stuff. Just on it, right? And if you're having like energy issues, remember that one thing that has top priority at all times is Sigil in this case, at least if you're playing the build like I am. Because Sigil is like your main damage and main heal as well, so make sure to always spam Sigils. And Ligurian's shoulders are actually really good, right? This shoulder piece has a base physical resistance line, so you always get physical on those. And always get +3 Doombolt here as well, so if you wanna like play Doombolt as well, which is like a addition that you can definitely use here. The shoulders are not too bad for you, right? Shroud of Protection does give you Cunning on the prefix and DA on the suffix. Nothing like crazy amazing, it's like okay. It's not terrible. You're done with castles, give me a sword and a board. I mean, this one has a sword. I mean a board, rather. A board and a scepter. But yeah, welcome to Slade, welcome.
You've returned. Is it finished? So our great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy.
Attack Seru.
Good, you're back.
So
I
this is
struggled.
the end of,
You see the
well, main
luminary
campaign Act 4,
long-
right?
Excuse my
Still have some
father and
other
I were
quests to do, and also I'm probably gonna do like Act 5, just a little bit,
my wares.
up to like up to the Coven. Also, this scepter is arguably better than what I have, right? Empowered Lifebinder, it's really good actually.
See you around.
But yeah, we have the Legion Retribution quest. This was the quest that I got from the Spellbreaker here, Moria, and she tells me to kill the, or like slay the Herald of Destruction, and the Herald of Destruction is over here in the Deadman's Gulch. You gotta be a little bit brave for this one as well. So you have to walk through this Aether Ground here. And well, you can take a pause here, right? You can check out this area here. Got the Manticores here. And as a Conjurer, you absolutely have to take this pause here, unless you have a cluster, right? You could also use a cluster to like go through this. Now we gotta go even deeper here. Until the mine entrance here. And here you can farm crystals, but also. You're probably gonna hate this area because there's lots of Aether Ground here. Over here you have the Herald of Destruction. That's the Herald that you have to kill here. Similar to the one with the cannon quest, right? And this thing can be a little bit deadly sometimes as well, but as long as you stack your sigils and have enough lifesteal going, you should be able to just face them. I mean, we're basically done here, but you can still clear like the whole area here and farm some crystals and clusters. Alright, that's it. Wild Blood Dark One mix, boy. I'm not sure if Wild Blood as well. If you find Wild Blood set, maybe, but probably not. I'm aiming just for like standard Dark One and well, hopefully eventually Nightbringer, but I mean Nightbringer is also not too easy to get. Right? It is target farmable, but it's not easy to get either. Alright, so we did this quest as well. Which means we can do East Marsh quest, but before that we should do the hidden path, right? G1. It's actually G2, right? Because everything is target farmable. At what level should I skip green items? Never. I mean, you can skip, if you absolutely want to, you can skip like the rare ones here. You can skip those, like standard greens, but you should never ever skip the monster and frequent greens, right? Monster frequent greens, such as this one for example, can be potentially better than legendary items, depending on the rolls, so you should never skip those. Additionally, you can also have it ticked as I have, like you can also always show double rares, so this means that you would also still see like all the double rare greens that have a white base, right? Because these like normal rares are usually like white base items that have like a rare pre-or suffix. And if you have this one ticked, then you will still see those that have a rare pre and suffix, and those might be actually still really good, even for endgame, even if they have like a white base, right? Because some of the affixes can be really crazy. And if you have like a certain combination of affixes, it can be even crazier, right? And even better. But yeah, I would actually, like, honestly, I would never untick any of these, right? You should always have these ticked. You can untick these three, obviously. Like, these two pretty soon, and then this one as well. Maybe around level, I don't know, 30 to 40 maybe even already. Or 50. I think I played this character that in a way that I had it like this throughout normal, and then after normal and elite I put it like this, right? Or like at the end of normal I put it like this, something like that, right? But yeah, we're gonna do hidden path here on elite as well, so yeah, if you didn't see this on normal yet, this is where you go for part 1, right? That doesn't trash. Yeah, some of them are sometimes good. And also, like, it depends, like, if you already have, like, a full stash of legendaries, blues, and, like, other good green items, like good monster frequent greens, right? Then it might be even harder to find like any that is like usable. But if you don't have that, right, if you're like solo 7, then they're definitely worth checking out. Stonehead or Flashlight, for example, right? Like, if, it doesn't matter which base, they're always good. Also have to make a decision, do I want to get like more HP now through Heart of the Wild, or do I want more OA and more heal through Breath of Dreeg? And I think I want to go for Breath of Dreeg for now. Because my OA is like not the best, right? Also this boss, yeah, with Fevered Rage, he might be a little bit monkus, right? A little bit scary. Especially because of his eyes, so try to pull him away from his eyes, like they're hitting the rocks here, right? If you had all the eyes fighting you at the same time with Fevered Rage, this would be a little bit scarier, right? And hello, Joyad. How are you, man? Welcome, welcome. Also, you have a. No, you actually don't have a shrine here. There's a shrine here in Ultimate now, I believe, but I don't know, it's pretty useless to be honest. No, he dies. Feels good, man. And also, the hidden path bosses are actually really good to farm, because they have like monster infrequent pounds that they can drop, right? This one is a Dreek Sack Leggards, which means it only can drop from the Dreek boss that we just killed. And the Dreek Set Leggards have, I believe, they have like stun reduction as a base, they have vitality as a base, they have offensive ability as a base. So they have like OA, Vitras, stun reduction, and also acid retaliation. So if you're playing like a retaliation build, you should also check these out, right? Of the Eagle is Cunning and Physique, I believe, and Mystic is Spirit, right? Something like that, I don't know. Of the Eagle is something with Cunning at least, and Mystic is something with Spirit. An amazing Vampiric Ring will drop. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you could just get like a Vampiric Living Ring, for example, right? A Vampiric Living Ring is really good, and you're gonna see that even if you have Monster Ring Frequency on, right? I have a couple of Vampiric Living Rings, I think. Vampiric isn't even that... it's like a magic prefix, right? It's not even rare. Also, yeah, this is part 2 of the Hidden Path, right? This is where you fight the Solar boss. Once again. And you kinda don't want to stand inside this purple fire for too long, right? Because that shit is gonna stack up. And part 3 is like over here, right? So you go to this Ostakan Road rift. And I think I already killed all the enemies here, right? So I can't really Shadow Strike to anything here anymore. Oh well. Go mad, Queen. I already showed her off in normal, right? We're gonna do her again in ultimate. I don't think we need to do her in late to be. But yeah, we did the first the first three parts of the hidden path here, right? So you have a bonus skill point again. I mean attribute point actually. And yeah, the first guy dropped his pants, the other two didn't. Like Solal has a pair of pants as well as Vosmeer. And usually on like non-pet builds at least, or like non-retaliation builds, the Solal pants are the best because they have lifesteal as a base. But I mean, the stat reduction is not bad either, to be honest. And Vosmeer is like pretty good for pet builds, I believe. Yeah, percent bonuses affect all the damage on your character, exactly, just like Arius said. Like flat bonuses, such as, I don't know. For example, here it says 44 vitality damage, right? 44 vitality damage on this one will only affect abilities that have weapon damage. And it will, in this case, since it's on the shield, it will more specifically only affect weapon damage skills that use the shield, I believe. But the percent vitality damage is gonna be like for all abilities, right? Vosmeer gives Trap Rest as well. Okay. I mean, Trap Rest isn't too terrible actually. Trap Rest is at least like way better than, say, Sleep Resistance, which is like probably the worst type of resistance in the game. It's like, I don't even know why it's still a thing, to be honest. But yeah, Trap and Petrify are useful in some areas. They're like really useful in some areas. I like Trap Resistance is especially useful against Benjar, right? Or like areas with like lots of Chthonians. Or like these guys, right? They also trap me here. But yeah, as long as you just out-heal his damage, it doesn't really matter whether or not we get clapped with his club or not. I don't even know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I have no clue actually about Sleep Rest. It's just never ever a thing in this game. Right? I mean, I not only know it's like a thing on the Nightfall, because like it's thematic on Nightfall. But even there it's like completely useless, to be honest. They could have just as well removed it, to be honest. Like completely from the game. Oh, we didn't restore the shrine either yet, actually. You can actually play this build without the mouse strat. Just stand still and press buttons on the keyboard. Also, yeah, this is the place where you fight the Guardian of Urberg here, so this is where you do the Vigil quest, right? So yeah, here in the East Marsh we basically had 4 points of interest, right? We had the troll that we killed, we had the bone hunter, and we had the guardian of Ouroboros, and now finally we're gonna have the hidden path final quest line, right? Or like final part of hidden path, and also we have a bonus totem. Nice. By the way, when it comes to devotions, I might want to switch around some stuff, right? I might want to use Scales of Wilkama instead of Revenant, right? That should probably be better actually. They're built for only right clicker. Next one's got an only auras. I don't know, I can only think of like cadence builds or like force wave builds, right? But even those have things like walk right and press, right? Or like buffs from their second mastery, like if you're playing a water, you have to like press the totem. Or if you're a witchblade, you have to like press Blood of Dreeg, right? Or Curse of Frailty. Few square territory. How are you gonna take Scales without Wendigo? I don't know. I didn't say I'm gonna do it. I thought I should probably do it. Or like, check it out, right? Okay, so this thing needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points, right? This thing needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points as well. If I drop this though, I mean, yeah, this one will be self-sustaining with 8 yellow, right? If I drop this, I'm gonna drop 1 red and 1 yellow, I mean 1 blue. I don't need the blue actually, right? I only need 15 blue anyway, but I would need 1 more red. Oh yeah, our Reckoning is also really good, that's true. For not pressing anything. And then, well, what, right? You do remove Raven and you use Scarlet's Light to put this down to 10 points, and then you just put a green here. That's totally possible. I'm gonna show you here. Either better Wendigo? I don't think so. So you drop this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You add 1 here, you get the candle, you drop Raven, and then you have this, right? There we go. But yeah, like in this area, right, like don't ever forget to have your Blood of Druid active, otherwise you're just gonna die because you didn't have Blood of Druid active. You don't wanna die like that, right? Forsaken Eldritch Totem actually spawning things from Act 7 here, okay. Okay. Interesting, man, interesting. That's, interesting. Yeah, a little bit scary actually as well. But yeah, I mean, pick up the shrine for free, right? Even if you already have all the points, you're gonna get some loot there as well as some experience. Void marked, minus casting speed, oh well. Did we get anything good, by the way? We got a Light's Oath ring, which is not too bad actually. Actually it's like whatever, you're not gonna use it anyway, right? We got a Cortosian Invoker for like elemental castles, right? Grasp of Unchained Might, well, for like physical characters, right? Or soldiers or whatever. So let's stack up some sigils and the totem before we Fever Rage him, right? Before we enrage him here. Because this guy is scary. Especially when you fight him next to the totem, right? Let's calm down a bit here again, and we can enrage him again. I would also advise you guys to like not fight this guy with Field Rage. I mean, yeah, just... Also we got the blue MI hood actually, what the hell? If you like playing a Chaos character, this is pretty juicy. Is Trickster better or Water for bleed? I mean, they're both good. Depends on like what you want to play, exactly. Yeah, here you get 1 skill point, right? Spite bleed? You mean Rancor bleed? Yeah, do like Rancor Trickster if you wanna do like Spite bleed. Yeah, Rancor Trickster. Or Dervish. I guess Dervish can work as well, yeah. But Trickster should be more straightforward. Yeah, but honestly, I think Rancor should still be better than your Bloodstone Dirge. It is like safer because like Bloodstone Dirge kind of requires you to like go in, right? With Rancor you don't have to like do anything. Right, you just throw your abilities and like cut around. I mean, you can use Savagery if you want to, but you don't like have to. Also, you have a Arcane Act 6 mob here, right? And since I enraged yeah, there's the projectile, right? This purple projectile that you just saw. You should not get hit by that, otherwise you're gonna be stripped out of your you're gonna be stripped by your yeah, buffs again, right? Basically a nullify orb. Yeah, water is good, but not for Rancor. Like, water is good for, say, Guillotine, for example, or some other items, right? Like Gut Smasher. Gut Smasher while water is really good, actually. But Gut Smasher is like a hybrid, it's more on the physical side, actually. Guillotine Bleed Arcs like this, though. Like one of the OG Bleed builds, right? And Gut Ripper, yeah, Gut Ripper is good as well. Alright, Engineer Man. Thanks for being here, good night, sleep well. Thanks again for your support today, very much appreciated. Stay around, man. Archons as well. I mean, anything that has Shaman is good, right, for bleed. Like, if you check out the, like, not talking about any skill modifiers, right? Just like the base skills, right? You have two big bleeding nuke skills. One is Ring of Steel and the other one is Blade Arc, right? Those two abilities are like good good bleed nukes, right? And then you also have Shaman, which is like the best class for bleed resistance reduction, I believe. So if you combine either Blade Arc with Shaman or Ring of Steel with Shaman, you're gonna have a good bleeding build, even without like any items, right? Other builds are obviously good as well, but they are like a little bit more bleed, gear dependent, I would say. Oculus is the best for bleed RR. What is it? Oh yeah, you might be right actually. But the thing is, you might be right about the resistance reduction. Minus 50, yeah, Shaman's minus 40, right? So yeah, Oculus has 10% more bleed resistance reduction than... So yeah, something like a Blade Arc Witchblade is really good as well. Or a, well, Witch Hunter, I don't know about that. I guess it's okay as well. Should be pretty good as well, actually. But Shaman has a bleeding exclusive as well, right? And flat bleed as well, yeah. So I feel like for a soldier, Oculus is a pretty nice support class for bleed. But for Nightblade, not so much, because like Nightblade doesn't have an exclusive anyway, right? And then you're like forced into possession. Which is not terribly bad, but possession is like so much better for other things than bleed, right? It doesn't even give you like bleed percent, right? Like overall, Shaman is just like the bleeding class, I would say. Like the class with the best bleeding support overall. Apart from RR, like Oculus has 10% more, as Arcane Undo said. But what Shaman really lacks a bit is like a big bleeding nuke. I mean, sure, Savagery has some bleeding damage. Wendigo Totem does apply some more bleeding duration, right? Grasping Vines has some bleeding damage. Devouring Swarm has some bleeding damage, but all of those damage numbers are kinda small compared to, say, Ring of Steel's, Circle of Slaughter, or Blade Arc, right? Or like skill modifiers and items that you could also get. I don't know, is Wine's bleed damage really that good? Like for, I don't know, it's like okay for like support damage obviously, but I feel like the flat bleed it has isn't like super great, unless you have like a modifier on it or something. Right? Also we have Pakla here, right? This is the purple boss here in the blue wall that you can find. She has a couple of spawn points. I think we didn't find her in normal actually. We found her here in elite. And she does have like 2 different monster frequencies, like 2 different helmets. But we didn't get any. Oh well. One of them was like pretty good for like a bleeding necromancer, I believe. Flat bleed from Gut Ripper. Yeah. As I said, like anything that is not Blade Arc and the Ring of Steel / Circle of Slaughter is kind of gear dependent, right? But even though like Nightblade and Soldier have like the best bleeding nukes, usually bleeding Blade Masters kind of suck because they don't have any bleeding resistance reduction whatsoever, right? You need kind of a main ability, like a main nuke ability, right? Then you need like a support class for resistance reduction and all the flat damage, and that's usually Shaman. Not always, but usually. I mean, even Oathkeeper has some bleeding resistance reduction on the Guardians, right? Deepest bleed build as a Conjurer. I mean, Conjurers are just broken overall, right? And the Conjurers that can't go like super deep, they are... well, they do need some gear, right? But yeah, Conjurer is like, in my opinion, ever since like 2 patches ago, or like, I mean, especially ever since the latest patch, I mean the patch before the latest patch actually, like patch 1.1.5, where we have the Morganeth dungeon. It's like just the best class overall in Grindon. You can have Pet Conjurer, it's like the best pet class basically. You can do Lightning Shaman, right, like Lightning Promise Strike, you can do Vitality Caster, what I'm doing right now, you can do Bleeding. Well, Bleeding Conjurer is kind of a caster as well in a way, right? Like melee / caster, whatever you want to call it. It's just really good. I like all of those different types of Conjurers are really good. The Lightning one is probably the worst actually, but even the Lightning one is pretty good. I did clear some, like, what are they called? Cellars and 9 stash here on normal, right? I'm not gonna do it on ultimate, I mean in elite here actually, because it doesn't really matter too much, to be honest. I just wanna do the one quest for Caraxes and then get to the Coven. Just use Ultra Set and it will be good. I mean, yeah, it will be good. But even with Ultra Set, I mean, yeah, Lightning Ultra Set is really, really good. Even Conjurer, Lightning Ultra Set is really, really good. But even though that is like a really, really good build, it's still worse than Vitality Conjurer or Bleeding Conjurer or Pet Conjurer. Like those other 3 types are still better because, I don't know. Conjurer has like 4 different S tier builds and like the 3 of the S tier builds are like S+. And then obviously you have like different variations, right? Kill Ravager. I mean every bleeding build honestly can kill Ravager because you can always kite, right? You just need some like physical resistance to not get one tapped by him. And then you can always like run around in circles. And apply your bleed. Yeah, they're all pretty good at killing crate as well. I mean, all damage over time builds are good for that. Damage over time builds in this game, apart from not having lifesteal, because you cannot like lifesteal from damage over time, but you can still like lifesteal from like other abilities, right? But like generally speaking, they have like worse lifesteal than other builds, right? But apart from that, damage over time builds are really, really good in this game. So you can always like kite around. Alright, we have arrived at the Coven of Ugdenbog, and Mordecai and Mike as streaming PoE. Who?
Welcome. I think if you seek Ogram, what you ask, I care.
Come see what's left of my wares.
I mean, I know him, but is he someone important?
Iron well spent.
I mean, I guess he's more important than me on YouTube at least, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna continue here any further in Act 5, 6, or 7, but I'm gonna finish these quests here, right? So first thing we're gonna do the Rovari Legacy, right? So once you found the Stone and Spirit of Mogdrogan, and you have one Ancient Heart in your inventory, you can cleanse this shrine. And then you will have some Chthonian spawning here, so you can also prepare this with some sigils and grasping wines, right? And then you have the Avatar of Mogdrogan standing here in front of you. And he's gonna reward you with a devotion point if you don't have like 55 devotion points already. And also you can like talk to this guy and trigger him into a fight, but don't do that, especially not on hardcore, not at this stage of the game. We're gonna do that later, but not right here, right now, today. We're gonna do that later though. And like, I mean, if you wanna die, then you talk to him and you try to fight him, but as it stands, like, this character will just like instantly die to him, kinda. So yeah, I mean, don't do it. How do you kite like Ravager of Souls? You just like, there are some trees, right? You can like run around the trees. He's so fast. You gotta be faster than him. That's the thing. If you don't have maxed out movement speed, you're gonna have a bad time, right? And also you need like at least one... Always walking the wrong way here, right? Oops. You need at least like one defensive spell like a teleport, right? So yeah, we have the Razor Leaf Glaive here, which is also like a decent thing for Shaman, actually, for Bleeding Shaman, right?
You're gonna use the Empowered Witch Wrathblade now instead though. And I'm not quite sure, like this might actually maybe be better than what I'm using right now. Probably not though. Also we have the Empowered Lifebinder, right? And this one is probably gonna be better than... maybe not. Occultus of Decay has... I mean, the new one would have more vitality damage. I would have less damage on the Sigil because the Sigil gets some bonus chaos damage, but you're not scaling chaos damage anyways, that's kind of whatever. We would lose +2 bloody pox, okay. We would lose some OA. We would lose some Spirit, which is more energy regen and more damage via Spirit, right? And most importantly, we would lose elemental resistance, right? But that's actually fine, right? I mean, almost. Like, we would be at like 79% in ultimate. Like this. But we still haven't used a single augment yet, right? And since we went on with like literally almost everybody now, we can check out these augments here now, right? So this one, for example, gives me more HP and more Vitras. I mean, I don't need more Vitras, do I? I have 161% overcap, what the hell? No, I don't need any of these actually, right? Also, we have some amulets here, that might be good, maybe not. Check them out here. Some rings here, I mean, they're pretty trash, honestly. Bonus to all pets. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, I didn't read that part. This Conjurer looks like a soldier, I don't like it. You mean the looks or the playstyle? I mean, you can always change the playstyle, I mean the looks, I mean. You can change the playstyle at least a little bit as well, but you can change the looks here, right? Let's do that. So we can make this guy like... I don't know, what did we find? We found like Ligurians, right? Mr. Tentacles. There you go. I actually found these as well, right? And these as well. Approved. Seems good, right? There we go. And also you can hide the metal, right? Let's hide the metal. This looks kind of stupid, right? Or maybe you want to use... How does this, right, the star, look like a fang? Like what? That's so stupid. There's also this one, right? Which looks pretty good. But we didn't find it officially yet, so we're not gonna use it. The Wendigo eye is pretty okay actually for a build like this. But yeah, let's not use it anyways.
Come see what's left of my wares.
So yeah, the augments from the...
See anything you like?
What are they called? The Vigil was pretty shit, right? So we need some lightning resistance and some poison resistance. Or we just farm these guys to be revered, right? You could farm, for example, Devil's Crossing to revered. Actually, we are revered with Homestead without even doing anything, right? Like, Homestead is so fucking easy to get to revered, right? It's like crazy. Because you're gonna fight beasts like all around Cairn all the time, right? And these guys give you reputation by just killing random beasts, right? So let's check out the Homestead guy here. And this also gives you access towards well, armor augments, right? Like Solar Storm Powder, for example. You can buy some here.
And also these are applicable towards weapons, right? What do you want here? Nature's Harvest doesn't seem too terrible actually. I mean, this one is bonus armor. Bonus armor is not terrible either. So these guys have maybe some good gloves, right? Retaliation gloves, here we go. Pierce and Vitras. Dude, these guys' items are kinda garbage. Elite Harvest Greaves are pretty good actually. These are legit. But I mean, we already found Bone Shader threads, right? You don't really need this stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have like good boots, these are pretty good, I would say. Solar Girdle. Oh hey, we could craft like a level 70 Shaman belt now. Is that gonna be better than Guthook belt? Probably, right? Because Guthook belt is like only bleeding damage, right? Yeah, let's buy 2 of these for now. Everything else is garbage anyway.
See anything you like? Put it to good use. I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Black Legion has pretty nice ones, like Essence of Cthulhu is really good. But yeah, we will need to get these guys to revered first. Also there's metal. This one has plus 2 Devour's form actually, but it doesn't have vitality damage, only bleeding damage. That said, it might still be decent, right? Mark of Blades. Huh. Sure. Let's buy this one.
Iron well spent.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Where do we even put all these items now?
Well met.
Also, Mark Kalos, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna buy my expand my personal stash here actually. This is something you shouldn't do when you're playing hardcore. You should always like expand only your shared stash, right? But since I'm not gonna use this on my solo self on Conjurer here, we're gonna go with the personal stash here. Right? Just put all the legendaries over here. That should free up some space. Alright, and then put this one here, this one here, and this one here. And this stuff here as well. Solar Girdle, right? So we can craft solar girdles now. This one we don't need anymore, this one we don't need anymore. This one we might need actually, right? On ultimate. I mean, not really, right? You're not gonna side with Vosmeer again on ultimate. You're gonna side with somebody else, right? Okay. Some more clubs. I mean, you wanna save all these clubs actually, because you need them to craft Mistborn Talismans, right? And you need Mistborn Talismans for like all kinds of other stuff. Spotted Fox my single target, or does it function as AoE? It's for AoE for me. It's AoE, Enrage, and it's mostly like a debuff. Like at this point in the game, it's not really there for damage anymore, it's just for debuff and Enrage. Enrage makes enemies more vulnerable, right? And also increases the damage of this, but I will probably take out the enrage for elite, I mean for ultimate from now on. And then it's just gonna be a debuff, like just a OA debuff and some like minor AoE. Like my main damage right now is probably the sigil. The sigil of consumption is my main damage alongside, yeah, just the sigil to be honest. Like everything else is like a bunch of debuffs to be honest. Like this one is a debuff by now as well. Grasping Wands is more of a, it's like some additional like supportive damage, but not really like too much. Same thing for Wendigo Totem. It's like just a healer, right? So it's mainly about the sigil right now, which is fine. It's not like the best damaging ability ever, but it has huge lifesteal, so it allows me to like, well, stand inside or like face tank enemies for a long time, right? And Vitality casters in general are not like, they have like a little bit less damage than other types of damage, right? Other types of casters, but they have like insane lifesteal, so they're like really easy to play and yeah, just great for beginners overall. And they have some like really nice farmable items as well, like these green items like the shield for example, or like a set that I will farm later on ultimate, even for endgame. So yeah, Black Legion didn't have anything for me, right? That is like worth picking up here, or did they? Alright, okay, let's check out Rovers, maybe? Oh, Rovers are over here actually.
See anything you like?
Elemental resistance for rings and amulets, that's what we want, right? We want at least one of this. Maybe even two. Maybe we don't actually want it because we have Solar Storm powder anyway. For maybe just want those, right? So it gives us more damage and HP. DA, OA, vitality damage, damage to undead. One-handers, damage to undead, eh? What about these? Like, does compared to that? 55 flat DA reduction. I don't have that, right? I don't have flat DA reduction. I only have... Actually, I have neither flat OA nor flat DA reduction, right? I only have %. So one of this might be good, actually.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Doesn't Rancor give you more RR than Guillotine, so in theory it should be better? You mean for Waters? I don't know, Guillotines gives you like crazy damage, right, for Blade Arc. What relic am I using? I'm using the Torment relic right now. It's just what I kind of found. Or like, you can, there's like a vendor in Act 6 in Steelcap District, right? And that guy sells you relics, or like has relic, like a pool of relic blueprints that he can sell. And if you just reset the game over and over and like buy all of his blueprints, you're eventually gonna get like almost every single tier 1 relic and also lots of tier 2 relics as well, actually. And that's also how I got Torment relic, for example. That's how I got Torment relic and how I got the blueprints for the tier 1 relics that I needed to craft Torment. So yeah, this like the shop over here in Steelcap District here, it's really good, really nice. What would a good weapon component for a two-handed melee auto-sliding damage druid be?
Come see what's left of my wares.
Probably Seal of Blades or Seal of Might, to be honest. Also the Rovari Void Seal seems a little bit tempting, but it's still not better than the Thunderstruck Wine Ring I had, right? This one is so crazy good, actually. Amulets, no. What do we have here? Winter Bloom Powder. Troll Ward Powder, 3% HP. No. I think I'm gonna go with like one of these and one of these. Did we check out everything? We didn't check out Outcast yet, right? Check out the Outcast. Or Haunted Steel. Yeah, Haunted Steel is pretty good as well. That's true. If you don't have like the seals, you... Like Haunted Steel should be easier to get as a blueprint, right? Haunted Steel gives you also the most lifesteal out of all of those components that you can get, right? And never mind, she only has revered augments. What about Coven? And also I should check out the Act 7 ones as well, right?
Come see what's left of my wares.
So the Coven does give me... that's only HP, right? This is only nothing. This is percent RR. Which is not that great. It's okay. Only HP. Bleeding and life leech resistance. I mean, I don't need that, do I? Stun resistance. This is not bad, actually. Maybe I want those. Then we have freeze resistance here. I mean... it's not as good as the stun resistance one, because this one also gives me vitality damage, right?
Put it to good use.
Alright, we gotta talk to one of these guys over here in Act 7 as well. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, what Lucas says is a good explanation as well. Like, Seal of Corruption is an option as well. If you need like another skill to like proc stuff, but I wouldn't do it now because it doesn't have the like it got nerfed, right? It doesn't have the resistance reduction anymore. It's not that great anymore. It's like okay, but not that great. Also, we got the totally normal shield over here, right? At this spot over here. In Elite, you get the level 75, the level 75 version. So if you're, for example, playing a Warlord, this is a really good item for you, right? I'm just gonna do this one quest really quick here. And then just like check out the vendors.
I could hear the battle from here. So then, are you ready to...
Yeah, secondary resistances are CC resistances, basically. What? Isn't secondary like everything that's here? It's just like another word for it. You guys don't have like...
My dear.
It doesn't really matter. We don't have to join anyone here, actually. I mean, okay, joining somebody does give you some reputation for free, right?
My dear. Who needs to...
But we have like these at honored already, right? So we can buy the red here. So let's say we join, I don't know, Dreek here maybe on Elite.
Much purpose flows within you.
And then we're gonna join Solar on Ultimate, for example.
I
Alright.
The sky, our seers.
I mean, I'm not gonna do this stuff though.
See anything you like?
I was just like maybe thinking that we maybe get the red here if we do this, but we don't.
well,
See anything you like?
Okay, this one is good if I need Poison Rest. I mean, I do need Poison Rest, right? A little bit. Poison Rest shouldn't be too hard to get through. Yeah, I can just use like an anti-venom salve on the belt, right? And that's how I get Poison Rest. Because I do get lightning resistance through Solar Storm Powder anyway, right? He will probably convert 100% Aether to Lightning, so binding Arcane Bomb to Aether Corruption is really good. That is true. I do that all of my Lightning Bolts. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. Just depends on like whether or not you want to press that additional button, right? Because like pressing an additional button also means that you will like lose default attack DPS, right? And if you're like using, or like whatever you're using like as your filler ability, right? And if you're using Palm Strike as your main slash filler, and you have to like stop to cast Aether Corruption, you're losing out on like 1 or 2 Prime Strike hits, right? Yeah, primary is everything that reduces damage, and secondary is everything that is like CC basically. So, I mean, basically primary is normal resistances, whatever you want to call it, and like secondary are CC resistances. It's like just like another word for the same thing.
See you around.
But yeah, we can't use this guy's
See anything you like?
augments anyway, we can only use these, right? Let's check them out. This is one-handed again, one-handed. Aetheress. Do I need Aetheress? So what do I put on rings? Rot Bloom or Void Tongue? Probably Void Tongue, to be honest. Like, this one also gives me stun resistance, right? Stun resistance is really good for ultimate. It's probably better than the extra like 3% HP per thing there, right? And then I'm gonna put this for fire and lightning. And then we need anti-venom soul for the belt, right? And then we can try to craft the shaman belt, right? The solar girdle or whatever it is called again. So we have Duncan here in elite. I should probably craft an ultimate, right? I mean a normal. And for the weapons, I should probably use one of either, right? Like one of each. And then maybe use this metal instead of the metal I'm using right now, right? Maybe, baby. Let's try to craft a belt here. Druid won't have that many buttons to press. You have a lighting druid. Alright, fair enough. So yeah, what Lucas said, basically you have 3 options, right? You have Seal of Corruption, Seal of Resonance, Seal of Might, or Seal of Blades. Actually, I would put Seal of Blades there as well. Like, Seal of Blades is not bad either.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got
Also,
left.
I'm not honored with these guys, am I? No.
See you
Oh, well.
around.
Oh, what about Barrowhome? Did I am honored with Barrowhome, actually. I didn't pick up the, writ there yet. That is a good question, Lucas. But I don't think so. Because life leech resistance is basically a secondary resistance type? Question mark? I'm not completely sure about that.
Come see what's left of my wares.
I don't think so, no. So you wanna buy the red here, and check out these as well. So vitality damage and HP. Percent damage to undead is probably more important than like 15% more HP. I mean, 15% more damage, right? Because like this type of 10% stun rest here is also pretty good. But we have like triple stun rest on the rings already, so it's not too bad. So anyways, I think I just don't even need more armor augments for now, right? Or like any augments. Like I would need some. No, I don't need code. I mean, yeah, I do need some code, right? For like proper overcap for ultimate. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait until I get revered with some of the new factions, or like some of the factions in ultimate. Like overcapping resistances by 30 is really good.
And that should be my goal as well for like once I'm like in the middle of ultimate, right? Like for beginning, starting ultimate, I don't need that, right? I don't need that at all. I just need to have 80% resistances and everything else is kind of whatever. So yeah, I think we're fine like this to go into ultimate. I'm just gonna craft a solar belt, right?
What brings you to my forge?
Because we picked that one up. Solar waist guard, the level 70 version actually. Solar girdle, there it is. Hollowed Fang, we need some Hollowed Fang then. And serrated spikes and chipped claw. Do I have enough of those?
Got something you'd stash.
Serrated spike. So I have 40 of those actually. Okay.
I'll keep an eye out. What brings you to my forge?
And I should have enough crystals, right? Yeah, I have 103 here. Let's try to craft like maybe 5 belts. See how, like what we roll here. So this one is Off Meditation. Off Meditation is just energy regen, so this one is basically trash. Wanderers is just bonus HP to pets, I think. So that's trash as well. Vigorous is percent HP. That's not too terrible, but I kinda want resistances, right? Solar Belt of... again? Are you kidding me? What the fuck is this RNG, man? Like double Wanderers and double of Meditation. Like what? Come on, game. Okay, so we got like 30 scrap here. Let's do like 3 more, right? And then we're just gonna pick the best one that we got. Vigors again. Wait, does this only like roll trash prefixes because it's normal maybe? Of Vitality, that's HP as well. Impenetrable, there we go. We got some resistances at least. Pierce Rush, which I don't really need at all. So I guess it's gonna be the Off Vitality one. Like these vigorous ones give me less HP, right? Yeah. Or I just stick with the Gut Hook belt, right? This one does give me crit damage. Exactly 1k armor. True. This one does give me crit damage and +1 blood pact. How much crit damage do I have? Probably like none. %. I mean, I do get like 30% or something through Dying God, right? Or like 20% maybe. 13 right now. It's like nothing. So question would be, do I want... It's like 700 more HP only, right? And like 6% pierce stress. Now it's a garbage, right? All of these are actually garbage. Never lucky. Holy shit. Oh well. Just gonna use Gut Hook belt, right? But I do wanna use a anti-venom solve now. Instead of the rigid shell, right? Or I could also use like a dense fur, right?
Take a look, shall we?
And I'm gonna buy more of those like fire lightning ones actually from Hofstad for armor, right? That way I can like overcap lightning by the amount I want to overcap it anyways by, right? So let's buy some more, what is it? Solar Storm powder, right?
See you around.
So one more here, one more here, one more here.
Something like those, right? And maybe I should just buy more and...
Got left.
Oh wait, this one actually. Buy more and keep it for when I do a gear switch before Act 3 in Ultimate. I don't have to like go back to normal / elite round.
See you around.
You are right, Adios, and also that's why this episode is gonna end right here.
Stash safe.
So on the next episode I'm gonna start tackling Ultimate with this character. Because my resistances are good enough, right? And I do have some interesting items that I might wanna change around. Like the shoulders maybe here, life place, metal, might be decent. Or... Actually that's like the only item that I have that's interesting. Maybe Ligurian is interesting as well. I got a closed Fist of Vengeance actually. Nice. But I mean, if you don't have like the two-piece set, then it's kinda useless, right? Butcher of Burwich. Is it better than the Empowered Lifebinder? No, right? I don't think so. Because I do have to like worry about my armor a bit. 1k armor is not enough for Ultimate. Or like it's okay to like start Ultimate, but it's not like really good for like later on in Ultimate, right? And runic bracers are pretty garbage from now on. I mean they were like perfectly fine until like the end of Elite here. But starting Ultimate they're gonna be like a little bit like my weak point, as well as Praetorian set is gonna start falling off as well. So I will have to like think about chest, head, shoulders and gloves. But I mean, I don't have anything except for Life Blaze Metal so far, and like just using Life Blaze Metal to like break the set is not gonna be worth it probably. So I will maybe use this in conjunction with like a good helmet or chest that I get. Right. Also, I don't have a... let's use like a purified sword here actually. Shouldn't be too bad. There we go. Alright. So yeah, thank you so much for watching episode 7 of my solo self-found beginner Conjurer. I'm gonna leave a Grim Tools for this level 75 version as well down below in the comments. I mean the description rather. And yeah, see you around on the next one in Ultimate.